Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, everyone. It's that time again. You know what I mean. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty, and together with a salty and petty podcast. Duh.
Duh. That's right, kids. And this time we're back to talk Late Night with the Devil. Yeah, no, I don't mean Jimmy Kimmel. Anyway, yes.
Ooh, burn.
Oh,
Who's the guy who replaced Conan O'Brien?
Jimmy Kimmel or no, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, that's the devil.
Oh,
Justice for Coco.
no, I think you mean Jay Leno came back and replaced Conan, and then they put Jimmy Fallon in it.
Well, that whole Jay Leno thing don't count for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was crazy. And then they put it on an hour early. Man, that's a episode we should do. The late night TV show
Yes,
wars.
yes.
Craziness.
Then Stephen Colbert gets in there, and yeah,
Yeah. Oh, why are we talking about late night TV show hosts?
because like I said, yes, we're gonna talk some Late Night with the Devil, which I've been seeing ads for this God since it came out, and I was like, I need to watch this. I want to
Yeah,
watch
it's
this.
like a
And
year old at this point, right?
yeah, it was sometime in I think it was towards the end of 2023, but yeah. So
It was
had you
March
seen?
2023.
Oh, was it? Okay, so
Well,
it
I
is.
mean, that was like the film festival premiere. I think it was March of this year. It was the wide release for America. But I saw it way
Um,
back when, so
okay, yeah, I figured you'd see it that yeah early, but yeah, it was weird too because I think it was on that Shutter. I rented it through Amazon. I think didn't they release this in theaters? Like I don't know if it was limited release or
yeah, well, I think it was a limited release.
hello Noel late night good morning. Yes,
Oh wow! If it's if you're just getting it now, good for you.
no, I think he means because we're talking about late night with the devil. We're scared to talk to this at night, Noel.
Exactly.
So
So yeah, I mean, what made you pick this one out of all the like newer horror movies that like I think you were like between this and Abigail, if I remember right.
well, no, we're gonna talk Abigail too next episode. No,
Okay.
because yeah, no, I just like I said, I kept sawing ads for this movie, and it looked interesting, and I was like, I want to watch
You
this.
thought this was the Kramer episode of Seinfeld, didn't you?
Oh
The
no,
Merv
yeah,
Griffin. That's what you thought this was.
no.
Do you like scary movies or? We really don't talk a lot of scary movies, even
I've
during spooky season.
I've watched horror movies. It's been a while since I've like really been into them, but no, I'm down. I'm down. This, especially like this one is. I don't know if you call this your typical horror movie because it's
It's not. I mean,
no.
like, okay, so I am like one of my favorite scary movies ever. It's probably just because of the marketing and the age that it came out with when I was younger. Is the Blair Witch. I love found footage, not shaky cam found footage, but I like found footage, and that's what I was kind of like this movie, but it's kind of different than the found footage. It has a very interesting framing story with the documentary and how we begin with the host, obviously. And it's like and it's a nice like little throwback to the '70s, and I thought it was an interesting hook for sure.
Yes, it's because it's about a late night talk show host who's well,
Yeah, we'll get into it, but
yes,
yeah.
yeah. Again, I mean,
I
yeah,
mean the reviews. I mean, it's what it's for rate for like the actual critic review on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 97, 81 for just regular
hmm,
audience members.
hmm.
So I found that interesting.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Not that
Oh,
I
yeah.
really trust reviewers anymore, especially on Rotten Tomatoes after what happened with the whole Disney thing, which I told everybody was real, and then 5 years later, I was proven right. So I'm more of an IMBD girl right now, but yeah,
I mean, I enjoyed this more. I like this more than Blair Witch.
you got to be into the lore though. Like there were so many like specials and I literally have like every version of the DVD. The material around it was so cool, and then I also like all the follow up movies too. If you know, you know. It's very meta commentary. The next two movies in the Blair Witch
Hmm.
universe, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I was very young. I was in middle school when that came out. So,
Oh yeah, I can see that. Okay.
and then they never go on to do anything else, which just yeah, it's hilarious. Okay, so let's just like get into it, I guess. Oh, but it's the guy that plays Polka Dot Man, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean David Doss Malchin. I mean he's all over the place.
I'm just like, is this a DC movie secretly?
He plays
Because
all.
he's
Yeah.
the guy holding if oh my god, James Gunn, please, if you don't hire him in the newer movies,
Yeah, I mean he's got
we're gonna
range.
fight. We're gonna fight.
Yeah, no, this David Doss Malchin. Yeah, he has a range. I mean I've
I think this is his first leading role, right?
leading role. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I mean everything I've seen him in, I thought he did a great job. So,
Wait,
and this one,
he was in Blade Runner too. I think that's the last like movie I saw him with. And then I think he was in One Piece. I don't know if that ever actually went through because I didn't watch it because obviously
hmm.
it's a live action anime on Netflix. How good could it be? Um, just being real, man. I gotta be careful with my time these days.
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, PA boy. All right, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Nice.
Oh, nice. But what's funny is that The Dark Knight was like his first movie, though. I find that so funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's one of the Joker's goons. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
Dark
and then
Knight. Yeah.
also he was in like Ant Man
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
Ant
yeah.
Man and the Wasp, and I'm just like, you don't belong on this side, babes. But I mean, you got to get your money. You got to get your money. And he was also in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot too, as a little cameo.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's not forget he also voiced Julian Day, aka Calendar Man, in the Long Halloween Part One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of a fan, low key, kind of a fan. But he played like lately. He has been on a roll because after Late Night with the Devil, he went on to do the Boston Strangler, the Boogeyman. He was also in Oppenheimer, and then another scary movie, The Last Voyage of Demeter, and then also Afraid. He was in this year.
And,
So
and let's not forget that he played Abracadabra on The Flash.
I'm talking films, but yes, he did play Abracadabra in the Flash. He does a lot. He was also in Gotham too. So
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, his TV stuff is crazy. Oh, he did actually take on the role of Mr. Three in One Piece. They're making it's a season two. Oh my god, people!
What?
I can't believe they let One Piece of all shows on Netflix, gets a second season. Man, y'all some weirdos. But anyway, let's get into this. But yeah, I think I was right. That was like his technically this is like his first leading role. But he's in his spooky boy era, and I kind of love that for him. Um, So the film, like I said, kind of starts off, kind of see this documentary investigating an unexplained event that occurred on the night of Halloween, 1977. 1977. During this like live broadcast of the sixth season of an episode of this quote unquote successful variety late night talk show, Night Owls,
Mm-hmm.
with Jack Delray, and it's like competing with ratings for the Tonight Show or whatever. And
Yeah.
so we kind of learned that Jack is based in New York. He kind of makes visits to the Grove. If you know, you know. Occult, spooky, Illuminati. Which, if you don't know, it's like this really weird like camp that's in California, and like every year, like all the wealthy and powerful men go there and like play in the woods. Mm. With each other, that's yet to be determined. But anyway, and then we kind of see his wife, Madeline, died of cancer, and so he kind of holds production. And then when he finally wants to come back, he's like, all right, we're gonna boost the show's low ratings. We're gonna do a special occult theme on Halloween night, baby. And so he picks out a special guest, and it's gonna include this psychic, a medium, a skeptic, and former magician Carmichael Hag, which aka it was totally giving me the Penn and Teller vibes. If you know, you know. Man, I remember back in the day, this used to be like an actual thing. Like, you saw it on Maury, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, like all
Mm-hmm.
like Jenny Joe, all the shows kind of went through this phase. So like, I think that's why I also like this movie. And then we also have this parapsychologist, and author, June Ross Mitchell, and so she also brings her guest or her latest subject, which is this little girl. She's 13. Her name is Lily, and she is allegedly possessed by a demonic spirit. And I'm just like, I just kind of went into this movie blind, to be honest. I didn't know it was like a possession horror because it's kind of my least favorite horror. I mean, Exorcist did it best, and nobody's ever gonna top it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some that have come kind of close in recent memory, but then they just fumbled the ending. Yes, I'm talking about that movie, guys. But yeah, so I was just like, oh shit, this is this is a possession movie. Okay, I was kind of like, I thought this was gonna be like creepy conspiracy thing the way we kind of started. So yeah, that kind of was like, okay, we're doing this. All right, it's very hard, and then also in the found footage style, it is very hard, very hard. So yeah, we get to this broadcast, and there's this the psychic slash medium has a premonition about someone named Minnie. And then Jack
Mm-hmm.
reveals that was his nickname for Madeline. And I'm like, no, you gotta have the code word, bud. Anybody can do research, even in 1977,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I don't. Mm-mm.
No.
It's not. Yeah, psychics and mediums are kind of, most of them are hacks. So you know,
Mhm.
I feel a ways about them. Um, at least ones that like practice publicly. Icky. And then so the medium becomes sick and projectile vomits black goo, and I'm like, at least it could have been split pea soup, you know? Come on, stick to the original here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't want to. I don't know. They probably don't want to take beat for beat. And again, I mean, that looked kind of.
It was gross.
I look
Like,
scarier black. Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
I drank too much and sat in a hot tub once, and I vomited. But it was actual bile, so I'm just like, ooh, yeah, you definitely need to go to the hospital. Yeah, kids, don't drink champagne in a hot tub for over an hour. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, you're not supposed to drink in a hot tub. I didn't know that until that day. And then we kind of see the next segment where June introduces Lily, who's the sole survivor of a mass suicide by a satanic church, and the leader worshipped Abraxas. And Jack kind of convinces her to conjure the demon inside of her. And then the Wriggles. Oh, baby doll, you need to take this more seriously.
Because
I
he
didn't see
wiggled
that.
her.
Somebody call Sam and Dean. Somebody get the damn salt, okay? What are y'all doing?
Well, I mean, and too. Well, she was supposed to be the child sacrifice, so it's like
Yeah.
again, I think it's well, she's supposed to be like 10 when they were going to sacrifice her. Now she's like 13. So
Still, I'm like, y'all ain't taking this. Like, for her, like, bro, I'm just like, no, get the salt. Get the salt right now. And so then they got kind of go to a commercial break, and the crew informs Jack that the guy who threw up died from hemorrhaging in the ambulance.
hmm
Oh boy, this is a 10th Halloween night on TV, boys. Especially for the 70s. During June's conjuring, Lily becomes possessed and levitates in her chair. We kind of see the demon notes having previously met Jack under the tall trees. Revealing that Jack and June are romantically involved and suggesting that Jack wanted his wife out of the way. Bum, bum, bum. Lily's possession then subsides and the show continues. That was crazy.
what?
I like that. I like that part. I was like, oh, not the demon spilling tea and saying, oh, he just might be a Phil Spector. Oh
hmm
no.
hmm
So yeah. Then Carmichael challenges June by subjecting Jack's assistant Gus to hypnotism demonstration, which causes nearly everybody in the studio to see worms pouring out of him. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
oh, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that was nasty.
The oh my god, the cinematography on this is so on point. Like I love the 70s visual style. Like
Yes.
it's so good. Like those dark browns, the oranges, the clothing, like the whole like set dressing is just so good. It's very much giving Merv Griffin
Oh
in
yeah,
the
so
best
which is
way
supposed to,
possible.
yeah, yeah.
I just like the like just seeing that and then just picturing the 70s. If you haven't seen this movie, it's just like really kind of a weird and cool kind of take on it. It just makes the horrifying things more intense to me, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, then the team rewinds the footage and it proves that the demonstration was merely a joint hallucination experienced by everyone. I'm like, what did they do? Pump LSD into the air vents? However, the supernatural phenomena that occurred during June's conjuring is unaltered in the recorded playback. What? Jack is horrified. And then he notices Madeline's ghost standing behind him in the footage. Oh. Oh. But Carmichael accuses him of orchestrating the events. Then, like, out of nowhere, Lily becomes possessed again. Her head splits open, and I'm just like, holy fuck, what are we doing here?
Hmm.
And begins to kind of give, like, this, kind of looks like lava glowing. She kills, like, bro, I would not want to go out like this. She kills Gus, June, and Carmichael, and then Jack is suddenly transported to a nightmarish version of the show. And I'm just like, I was not expecting it to go there. And then that's where he like starts reliving the moments in the show's past before it's revealed that he indeed had a connection to the demon possessing Lily. And he did encounter it at a ceremony at the Grove, where he made a pact with the devil by sacrificing the soul of his wife in exchange for fame and the success of Night Owls. I'm just like, you can't trust nobody in Hollywood, baby. You can't be married to nobody famous if you know you know. I mean, I know the conspiracy theorists ate this shit up with a fork and spoon. I know they did.
I mean, it pains me to say this, but yeah, you can't be married to anyone famous. Just ask Dave Grohl's wife.
Ooh, outside babies. I'm
Yeah.
like, babes, you got enough money. You could have paid that lady off. I don't even. He wanted to embarrass his wife, but anyway, we can talk about that some
Oh,
other time.
oh my.
I know you're a Foo Fighter fan too, so
Uh,
I'm sorry for your loss. I saw a meme. There's this meme that's like, a God damn it, Dave. They're like, everybody in the music industry right now. God damn it, Dave. Now you got our wives looking at us again. Now we got to go buy rings to get their minds off of it.
Jewelry. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, not to get too off track, but I was just like, again, I say it all the time. I'm like, I'm just so happy when I meet any of my heroes and they're actually nice people. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, ah, but yeah, so he was, and so I guess it technically, I mean, she was dying of cancer, so but
Was she,
that
was she
means
not?
that no, but that means technically that's what I thought, and then I was like, wait a minute, is the cancer how it? Yes, yes,
Yeah,
he
because
was indirectly responsible for her cancer. And I'm just like, ooh,
didn't they say, yeah, she was a in the beginning, she was a non-smoker and she got like an aggressive form of lung cancer?
yeah. So I was just like, ooh, that's not good. And then so Madeline's ghost begs Jack to put her out of her misery as the cancer is causing pain. And then they use this ritual dagger from Lily's former like satanic cult, and he
Mm-hmm.
stabs her to death. And suddenly we shift to the now empty studio, and then Jack realizes he stabbed Lily on live television. He stands over the bodies of his dead guests as police sirens approach in the distance. That's why you don't make a pact with the devil, baby. Gotta get you a lawyer first.
See, but I mean, just the whole last like half hour of the movie, was it actually the devil or was did the cult or somebody hypnotize him?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I
Because
think it's open to interpretation, and I think it's fun.
Oh yeah, because I was like, the first what, like 40 minutes or so. It's like, okay, I mean, we're kind of getting a little
It's a
slow here.
lot of backstory.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay, this isn't too scary. And then the first, we get the first conversation with Lily and Abraxas. I was like, oh, here we go, here we go. At first, when she's talking to what's her face, and then she looks over at Jack, and at first I thought she called him Dad. I was like, oh, is that their love child?
Oh, yeah, that would have been even better.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. I thought she called him Dad. I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, yeah. So that's the other thing I was wondering. I was like, okay, did she just happen to get the cancer, or did the cult or someone somehow give it to her? Whether it was demonic, or just oh hey, let's feed her some weird chemical or something.
You know what's crazy though? This kind of happens randomly to people in real life. People that
Oh
have
yeah.
never smoked, been around smokers, suddenly have lung cancer. But I think it's more with the asbestos and the pollution in our air
Oh
nowadays.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's the explanation. But like back in the day, and asbestos was probably the answer to a lot of that too back in the day.
Oh
But
yeah.
like then again, like some of our grandparents literally smoked 2 packs a day and perfectly healthy until they were like 80. So I don't know. Organic cigarettes. That's a real thing, because they put so much shit in stuff nowadays. So
Yeah. Oh, again, it was the '70s. They probably had as
Camel
best.
Red's unfiltered. If you got a grandfather that smoked that, he's probably healthy as a horse.
They probably put. I was gonna say they were probably putting asbestos in the cigarettes.
Probably the only thing they weren't back in the day. Nowadays, on the other hand, shout out to my Newport smokers. Y'all better figure something out. Absolute poison, addictive poison, no less. Like, yeah, tobacco companies get all the smoke. They deserve it.
And
Evil,
again, I
evil
have no
company.
dog in this fight. I don't do any of it, but it's like really, it's like cigarettes and all that are legal, but like marijuana isn't. Well, in some places marijuana isn't. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, actually has medicinal purposes. Actually, originally tobacco did too. Before they did what they did to it, they stole it from the indigenous population and then
Oh
used.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a whole thing. How capitalism and industrialism ruins everything. But anyway,
Drinks again.
that's another talk for another podcast probably. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was more gruesome than like horror to me. But I still think it was a fun, great addition to some
Yeah.
modern horror canon.
And there wasn't a ton of it. It was more towards the end. You got like the gruesome stuff, and yeah, it was more like suspense in the
Yeah,
first.
psychological
Yeah,
thriller.
at least for like the first hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It like kind of comes out of nowhere because you're just like, okay, okay,
Yeah,
boom.
because at first I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a psychological thing, and then we get the thing with the worms. I was like, okay, never mind.
And can we talk about how this is an actual original screenplay? This isn't like a remake, a
Yes,
sequel, a
yes,
prequel, a rebootquel.
thank you.
Like, mwah. And I'm sad it didn't get a wide release at the movie theaters. And I mean, it only made like 12, but like I said, it wasn't. It was like a very limited release at the box office, and it didn't really have that big of a budget either.
Mm-mm.
Comparatively, and I kind of like that. And I wish this film had a chance to prove itself so that we could get some mid budget movies. Like I'm sick of blockbusters that look like shit and do shit at the movie theaters. Like I need some variety. I feel like everything is the exact same at the movie theaters right now.
I mean, Halloween's coming up. I mean, they should re-release this in like a more wider release, this year.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of an odd choice that they didn't put it out in like say January because that's usually where the horror movies go. That they put it out in March, so that was kind of like, I wonder why they did that.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of like they were putting it out on a platform, and it's like, oh hey, we'll just put this in limited in the theaters too, but it
Yeah,
was
and this is the
for
thing, Shutter.
streaming first.
Who even has Shutter? Like I love horror. I used to have Shutter. I had it packaged with my AMC. And then when it came time to renew, I was like, well, there's nothing on AMC that I want to watch. No tea, no shade. I like Interview with the Vampire. Please do not bombard me with emails about Interview with the Vampire. But it just wasn't. worth it because that was gonna be the only thing that I was gonna watch.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mayfair Witches, you were already canceled when I made that decision. So yeah, I just like, "Ooh, I don't need this bundle, and I don't need AMC, so I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't have Shutter either, but again, you can like rent this. Like I know on Prime Video, you can rent this. That's where I did. So
It's like, babes, I literally pay Prime. I've been in a Prime relationship with Amazon for longer than any relationship I've ever been in. God damn it! If I want to see a movie, I shouldn't have to pay. Like I don't use Prime Video unless Invincible or The Boys are out. I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't rent movies off the Amazon. I'm like, you should be giving me those movies for free. I don't care. I don't care.
yeah, I just don't know what the legal thing is
It's
because like
like, babes, you
again,
gotta stop playing with me.
I know, but Shutter owns it, and I don't know
Yeah.
what
With
that legal
Shutter, it's weird because I feel like Shutter is like a division of
AMC.
no, not AMC. It's I want to say what is it? Is it like the Independent Film Channel?
Oh, I
I
was it
want to say,
IFC?
but maybe not. But every single maybe they just distribute the films in the US, but like if you see if you see Shutter, almost I think all their movies are.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you get AM or Shutter with AMC Plus or if
You
it's like
used to. I don't
a
know if you
tier.
do anymore,
It might
but
be
yeah.
like a higher tier or something.
But
Yeah.
I mean, look at Max and freaking Disney and Hulu bundled together now.
Hmm.
And boo Hulu, the only good part of that whole package, like they're raising it. That I'm like, dude, come on.
Where they're like, we know what you're here for.
I'm like, babes, I'm yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. It's the pirate life for me. I'm not fucking with these companies no more. Um, I'm so sick of it. It's like, babes, if you could just go 6 months without raising the rates, maybe.
Yeah. It's like everyone's
Y'all
hurting.
ain't got no. Listen, the only thing I even watch Hulu for is freaking American Dad and Family Guy and The Simpsons. Like that's it. Like I have the DVDs of those actually. I'm just lazy. So I could cancel anytime I want. It's not like they have anything good. Like I actually watch Paramount Plus more than I watch anything else. And now that they're about to have the back catalog of South Park when they come back in 2025, I think I can finally get rid of Max. I can finally get rid of Max. I got all the Harry Potter movies. Been had the Harry Potter movies before that lady said what she said, and we don't fuck with her no more. So I'm good. I'm all
Ah!
set. Bye bye, Max.
Uh,
I'm so excited. But yeah, I thought this movie was good. It was cool. I like the vibes. Obviously we probably won't get a sequel to it. And
yeah, I guess.
that's okay. I don't think every movie needs a sequel. I don't think everything needs to be a franchise. I think this is the perfect movie to be standalone horror movie. We do not need a franchise for Late Night with the Devil.
And again, it would be the tone would be so different if they did a sequel because it'd be like, oh, he's in prison or he's whatever.
I mean, we could always. Oh, well, I mean, and this is what like this is the only thing I'll probably say. The only movie that I think that's kind of similar to this that would kind of I kind of want a sequel to, but I kind of don't is Hereditary. Because you can like I would like the lore about the demon, right? And I would want to see more about like the Grove
Mm,
and stuff like that. Like I would like backstory, but it's not necessary. It'd be fun,
yeah.
it'd be cool, but I feel like they would ruin it. It's kind of like that one movie with Ethan Hawke that got a sequel, and I was mad. I was like, why is there a sequel to this?
And again, too, if you're, like I said, I felt like,
Sinister. Yes, Sinister did not need a sequel. They ruined the back lore of it. So I'm just like, damn it. That's why I'm always like, no, just leave it one and done. One and done.
yeah,
Don't ruin it.
I felt like they left this vague at the end. Like I said, it's like, was it a demon? Was he hypnotized or something? So we got real deep in the hypnotism at the end here. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
if you do a sequel, yeah, you're gonna take that away. It's like you're
Well,
gonna have
that's what
to.
I mean. More than likely, if they did want to do a second movie, they would probably either do a prequel or follow up on the cult that
Mhm.
Lily belonged to and the demon that they worship, stuff like that. But again, like I said, when I saw like I like Sinister and I wanted to know more about it, and then they did a fucking sequel, and I was like, no, never mind. I'm never gonna open my mouth again about a sequel. Never mind.
Unless they just like do a completely different thing, and like if they did a sequel, it's like, oh yeah, guess what? This studio is
No, wait.
completely.
All the late night show hosts have pacts with the devil. And he comes to reap his rewards on Halloween night or something. I don't know.
That or just like this studio is like forever. There's
Haunted.
yes, 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 and then it's like you could show like whatever, whether there's like another talk show or if there's just like a scripted show, something like in the '80s doing something on this studio,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Well,
they get hit.
they say they say in Hollywood a lot of those backlots are actually haunted because people have died.
Oh yeah.
Um, and like like the reason why I don't watch Poltergeist as an adult is because of all the shenanigans behind the original first three Poltergeists that happened. And like they were swimming with like real dead body, like real skeletons, and like
Ugh.
all that stuff. And it's like, oh, I can't watch it as an adult knowing all the like trauma and stuff that they put those actors through. And then there's always the stories about, oh, you can see ghosts on film. Not you, Three Man and a Baby. Yeah, I thought that would be an interesting take, to kind of do like a couple of different decades and just kind of see. But I don't need it. I think this is a really great standalone film. But
Yeah, yeah.
I always love lore for horror movies. It's probably why I don't really like Halloween. Sorry, kids. They tried so hard to make lore with that damn movie.
I know, but it's like, I mean, we've been doing it. God, we've been doing that damn thing for what, 50 years now, almost.
I know they quote unquote ended it, so
Yeah, I know, but it's like
it'll
actually
be back. It'll be back.
40 some years, non
But I
on.
kind of love that it is. That's the only thing I really like about Halloween is it's kind of a choose your own adventure because everybody kind of has has like a certain way that they watch it. Like you can watch one and two and then go into the newer movies that they did, or you can watch all like one through five and skip three because it doesn't count because it's the anthology, or you can do just the remakes that are shot for shot by Rob Zombie. You know, most people, because you just definitely one and two are canon, and then everything else after that, you choose which way you want to
Yeah,
go.
well, again, that's another thing where it's like if something does run that long, where it's just like, oh yeah, we'll only do
And it
two.
didn't, it wasn't supposed to have
Well, yeah,
sequels.
yeah, no, that's the thing because they only plan on doing like a sequel or two, and then it's like, oh, let's do one more, let's do one more, and then as you start bringing in different
Well, as you
people,
lose as different studios lose the rights and yada yada
yeah,
yada,
and
yeah,
different
it gets
directors and
crazy.
people coming with different visions and stuff. Yeah,
Say, babes, you're not a master of horror. Don't touch it. Sorry, Rob Zombie. I like Rob Zombie original stuff that he always has his wife and daughter in doing the most horrendous things. Like that's cool, that's fun. But like, don't touch other people's work. It's just
yeah.
weird. Especially when it's a shot for shot remake like that Psycho movie. Oh my god.
Oh
The
yeah,
90s were wild, bro.
I know.
And Heish of all people, bro.
Mm-mm.
Vince Vaughn of all people, bro. What the hell were the 90s doing, Phil?
Again, the '90s was '90, and
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I would highly recommend this movie. It's unexpected.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, when you did the whole talk show thing, I kind of had an idea what was going to happen. But yeah, a lot of this, I was just like, okay, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, especially there's a lot of setup for this. But
I liked it. I like the setup though.
yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it. I was like, okay. Again, as long as it's entertaining, no, give me a bunch of setup. I don't care. It just,
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't try to be like flashy and like I said, they really thought it out. Like, oh, what decade should we set it in? And
yeah, and I'm glad they didn't just like jump right into it. It's like, oh hey,
yeah,
5 minutes in, yeah, there's stuff happening in they actually gave us like reasons why. Oh hey, this is why the bad stuff's about to happen. It's not like, oh hey, Chucky's hiding out in this in this studio.
hey, now we're gonna leave Child's Play out of this.
Uh,
Rough. That's a rough franchise. That's
mhm.
very similar to Halloween. It's rough. Man, when they made that freaking remake reboot with Mark Hamill as the voice of Child, I'm like, baby, I love you to death, Mark Hamill, but maybe let's not do this.
Leave something for someone else.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. they just don't make like I was very surprised that they made this movie because it just doesn't seem like the vein of horror movies nowadays. Not just the fact that it's not a remake, reboot, sequel, reboot,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's just like they just don't make movies like this anymore. So
Do you think was it because it was for that Shutter and it
yeah,
wasn't
I think they have. Well, yeah, they have a lot more leeway.
and it
No,
wasn't
they like
planned?
thank God to A24 and all those like little smaller studio Blumhouse and stuff like that. They're just like really allowing filmmakers to make movies that aren't like slaves to being, in a IP
Hmm.
slop, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, because it wasn't like, oh, I mean, again, it went to some theaters, but it wasn't planned as like a big,
Yeah, this
big
is a
screen.
festival darling, so
Yeah.
yeah, you very rarely do you see horror movies come out of festivals that are like festival darlings and stuff. So I found that like the whole movie, like the whole thing is just very interesting.
Hmm. I was waiting for the twist, with the skeptic and everything at the end. I was gonna like, oh Lord, watch them show like he's the actual devil or something.
Penn and Teller eyeballing you now, Phil.
I don't know, but no, I just mean like after after he gets vomited on, he puts on that like red jacket. I was like, oh, watch him be the devil.
I kind of like the theme that everybody was trying to use somebody else to get famous. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Well,
Because
again, 70s
that's
Hollywood.
Hollywood meta commentary. I love it.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
And then Gus, he's like he sees the literal devil, and he's like he just gets a crucifix. What the hell, bro? It's too late at that point, but
People are just getting their heads turned around. Oh my God, June's just like levitated. You see her throat getting again. It's like, did this happen or was he hypnotized to do this?
it's all open to and I love a scary movie that's open to interpretation.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I love this movie. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to see more, but I don't know. I just don't think
Yeah, leave it alone. Leave
you
it
can
alone.
only go you can only go down from here. Yeah, no. But yeah, I thought like we said, cast was good. David Malchin did a great job. The young lady who did Lily, I thought did an incredible job. Because again, I mean, playing a possessed person that can go wrong in so many ways. It just looks silly, but no.
Yeah.
And then like, oh God, his agent was that his agent or what he kept talking to in the commercial breaks. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you're big now, yeah, yeah. And the cast just getting freaked out.
Yeah. I'm just saying like this is kind of weird because Hollywood is actually kind of a superstitious. Well, just actors in general are kind of a superstitious lot. So it's just interesting.
I
Like it's
thought you were,
somebody who's like worked in LA and it's a literal hellscape. I'm pretty sure Joss Whedon nailed it with it being a hell math. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you were
I'm
gonna say
pretty sure.
I thought you were gonna say cowardly and superstitious law.
Well, that too, but it's just interesting. So like I saw a lot of meta commentary in it. I just kind of tickled me. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shout out to
I
David though. I literally only watched this movie for him. Like I didn't care about all the word of mouth. I was just like, oh yeah, oh it's David. I don't know that I don't know that I like horror for him, but like I said, he's kind of in the spooky boy era. So carve out a niche for yourself. That's literally what you have to do nowadays. Well, what you've always had to do,
mhm.
honestly.
I mean, and again, it's like it was not like your typical horror role either. It's like he had to play like the talk
Schmarmy
show
dude. This is
host.
like the first time I'm like, oh, you're playing a really schmarmy douchebag.
The talk show host is like, oh, tonight we got another great guest for it. Something like that. Yeah, it's not your typical horror.
You know who I would have thought would have wanted this role would have been Joaquin Phoenix. This feels like a Joaquin Phoenix role. So
Oh,
I'm glad
maybe
that they didn't give it to him.
maybe he's busy singing in a Joker movie.
Somebody's gonna watch it. It's for somebody. It's just not
Yeah,
for
us because
me.
we're gonna do a damn review about it.
Oh, oh yeah.
Oh, now she's scared.
Now that's gonna be that comes out in October, doesn't it?
Beginning of October, yeah.
That's gonna be the scariest movie of the Halloween season. Although the soundtrack, I'm not gonna lie, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, I love that song.
Oh, I
Die with a
even
smile. She was like, "Look, Bruno Mars was in debt. He was like, baby, my rent's due." Lady Gaga said, "I got you. We about to make a banger. We about to get you out of debt. You ain't got to be in Vegas on that damn slaving on that stage no more on that residency. I got you."
oh god, I haven't even looked at this soundtrack yet.
No, I only know "Die with a Smile." Thank you, TikTok.
Oh my.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Abigail next week. But are there any other recent horror movies that are like piquing your interest? It's been a kind of interesting
Um,
time the last 5 years for horror. So
yeah. Trying to
not
think.
you, Scream reboot. Sit down.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched a ton of horror lately. I should get back into some horror, but I was gonna say, what's out? What is out right now? It's the spooky season. It's like, are there any good horror movies
You
out right
know
now?
what? I have not seen any spooky movies other than Venom.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
was
gonna
gonna
be
say, yeah. It's
spooky
like
for Sony because they ain't got no more IP.
the only thing I heard about is Joker, and Venom for October. I'm just like, okay.
Definitely scary, but in a different way.
Oh well, gee, yeah.
So you had Imaginary, which was garbage. Abigail, which we'll talk next week. Um, The Exorcism was interesting. Oh, I saw The Crow, which is not a scary movie actually. It's a dumb movie.
Well, yeah. I didn't see it, but yes, I think everyone agreed with you.
It's such a shame. They could have done something interesting. I think that Hellraiser reboot was pretty interesting with the spoilers female Pinhead.
Oh
But
really?
yeah, The Exorcism, it's kind of crazy with the Russell Crowe one.
Mm.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like they're trying to reboot the Exorcist franchise, and it's just interesting. Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney, I actually kind of liked. Tarot had an interesting premise, but terrible actors. Long Legs, I have yet to see it. Let's see. The Deliverance was dumb as hell. Sorry. I mean, Glenn Close eats, but she's the best thing about the movie.
Uh,
The Watchers was absolutely awful. The First Omen was actually awful. Any horror movie with Nick Cage, sorry. I love him. I watch it when I'm high, but like actual serious movies, no. He did a scary movie, Arcadian. Although I take that back. Mandy was actually pretty scary, but I don't know if that was intentional, to be honest. Maxine was okay, but I really wouldn't call it horror. The Strangers, Chapter 1, shut the hell up. Don't ever do that again. The Watchers was such a flop, and it's like, oh, those Shamalians don't get them out of Hollywood.
oh my.
Get them out of Hollywood. I'm sorry. Quiet Place is not a scary movie franchise to me.
It almost seems. I mean, I really haven't watched them, but doesn't it seems more sci-fi almost?
Oh, I know a movie that in this vein of Late Night with the Devil you might like that I could pitch. It's
Hmm.
I saw the TV Glow,
Okay.
and that came out this year, and it's a psychological horror drama,
Oh.
and it's very similar. Um, it's set in the 1996, I think, if I remember right. And these kids are bonding over a TV show, so it's very much in the vein of like that Channel 4. Oh, I used to watch the show as a kid, but when I brought it up to my mom, she said, "Oh, I used to watch Static for an hour." That kind of thing.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking this up.
That
Okay.
I would actually recommend.
A classmate introduces teenage Owen to a mysterious late night TV
Like
show.
The Ring, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Although Japanese version over American version, obviously. No tea, no shade. J horror is actually where it's been at for like the last 20 years for like horror. Not you, Human Centipede. Sit down. Not you. But yeah, I think J horror is very super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you do drugs, Winnie Pooh and Blood and Honey 2. would be the movie for you, I would say.
Oh my.
It tickles me pink. The minute that was expired, they were like, "All right, let's get to it, boys."
Public domain, let's go.
Something kind of obscure. If you still like Alec Baldwin, probably Crescent City.
Hmm.
I mean, just him being in a movie in 2024, jump scare. And then I probably would recommend The Devil's Bath, but I want to say that it's in German. So
Oh.
if you're cool with subtitles, which sometimes I am, I don't know if the American release is out yet, but like, yeah, if you're cool with subtitles, I think The Devil's Bath is pretty cool too. But yeah, I mean, they have a ton of horror. It's just like a lot of it doesn't reach the mainstream anymore, unfortunately. Like, not even in, like the direct to DVD market like we used to have like in the early 2000s. That was
Hmm.
actually most of that was terrible slop, but I mean, we still had it. It kept the genre alive for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But my go-tos are anything by Wes Craven. I love My Soul to Take. I love that movie. That's like one of the ones people don't realize he did, I feel like.
Which one is it?
My Soul to Take. It's super
Ah,
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I go for anything by Wes Craven, John Carpenter. Like those are my two go-tos.
okay. I'm just done with this Discord.
Yeah.
All we get is negativity from Discord.
You mean Twitch?
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if StreamYard does goes to Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah, they only give you like a certain platforms and stuff.
Oh. Yeah.
I know we were doing good on Twitter until someone wanted extra money to stream to it. Elon.
I mean, we live in a late stage capitalist society, babes. Like everybody's got to make money. I mean, Elon's not. He's talk about an embarrassed billionaire. Like Jesus. I understand that he has to charge money because he's running that company into the ground. Maybe it's on
Yeah,
purpose. Maybe it's not.
yeah,
I'm
but that's
pretty
not.
sure it's on purpose.
I'm sorry, but that's
Although,
all.
not no. Actually, I don't think it's on purpose.
But
That's the sad part.
no, it's not on purpose. But yeah, no, I mean that's never a good look when a billionaire's like nickel and diming you.
Um, U.S. government, American people. Hello,
Oh yeah.
hello. We can't
Well,
get our fucking potholes fixed, so you know.
I was gonna say talk about running something into the ground. I mean, how many trillion are we in debt? Okay,
America's on its last fucking leg, and we're just here. We are talking about a damn movie. It's how we
take your mind
cope.
off. Gotta take your mind off it somehow.
So true, so true. Yeah, I'd give it a solid B plus for sure. So, you want to talk about anything else, or I know you have a whole other show to do, possibly.
We have a whole nother show to do possibly. All right. No. B plus. Yeah, I'd probably go with that. Yeah, that's yeah. No, I'd recommend this, especially like you said, if you like the suspense and yeah, if you're just more into suspense and not like oh, it's just oh hey, blood and gore. Yeah, I'd go for this. Yeah, although it gets a little bloody at the end there. Although not too bloody. It's more like snap a neck, slit a throat. Worms. So yes, I recommend watching this. I've been wanting to watch it for a while, and I highly recommend.
All
All
right.
right. All right. So, like we said next time we're going to talk about Abigail, which I just found the premise of that, and I just think that sounds intriguing. So, I haven't watched it yet. So, hopefully, it doesn't. I was going to say, have you watched it yet? But I'm sure you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, you have. All right. So, send us your thoughts on Late Night with the Devil. Will send us your thoughts on your favorite horror movies, TV, United States politics. Uh, email us, CapesandLunatics
The
at
true
gmail.
American Horror Story.
Exactly. CapesandLunatics at gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Oh, that's the sequel to this. Some politician
Deal with the
sells their
devil,
soul
yeah.
or something. Yeah. All right. And again, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch. Get your classic Capes Lunatics merch. And again, help support these shows and that Demon Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Meet me under the trees in the Bohemian Grove and pledge your soul to me.
That must be a night. That must be a crazy first date. Anyway, yes, and of course we have our Patreon where Lilith and I give you something different every month, exclusive to our patrons. Again, we could be talking comics, we could be talking movies, like we're gonna be talking review the Alien franchise, rank the Alien franchise. We do pretty much everything. We've talked the AVN awards. We've talked our road trip this summer. It could be anything. So, and again, if you are a patron like our friend Justin the Owl, you can always request us talk a certain topic.
Come on, boys, make them read Archie books.
Come on, kids, let's make her tell us about some of her misadventures in Vegas, or
Nobody wants to hear those boring stories.
what's the craziest night you ever had.
Oh, it's not even what you think.
I saw demons. All right, so yeah, if you want
I
to
mean, I
find us,
told you I lived in LA.
well, yeah. If you want the whole story, yes, subscribe to the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/capesandlunatics, or find everything at tubespace.io/capesandlunatics podcast network. That's tubespace.io/capesandlunatics podcast network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Right now,
Oh
you
God,
cannot.
2024 is almost over. Thank God.
And you can't find Lilith on social media right now because
It's
uh,
political season. Mama doesn't need that headache.
exactly. Uh, you know what? That's the I should rant about that. You know what has been annoying me every day in the mail, every day, getting all these political ads, and it's not one side or the other. It's like both sides, and it's just like
Are
I'm
you
like
not registered to vote, Phil?
I am. That's the thing. I
Huh.
am
Well, you
registered.
know what? PA is a swing state.
Yeah.
So,
But it's just all this mail, and I'm just. I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong, but I'm like, has anyone ever been swung,
old people all the time.
get something in the mail, and say, "Oh, hey, I'm going to change my vote"? No, I swear, old people, at least
Oh,
around
old
here,
people.
are set in their ways. They know who they're going
Well,
to
when
vote
it's a
for.
woman president, much like Obama, you think hard say values they change? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I saw it happen in real time when Obama got elected,
I
and
mean,
that's all I'll say.
a woman of color too.
Yeah.
I love these people. I love the people. I want a woman president, but not her. Why?
I mean, if Tulsi would have kept her mouth shut, I could have seen it for her, but she opened her mouth. So,
I mean, well, look at the other side. No, opening your mouth shouldn't automatically disqualify you. Anything goes these days. All right, enough.
unfortunately,
Yes,
it's just a mess on both sides.
I know. Go from one horse to another. All right, that's right, kids. All right, next time, Abigail. And then, of course,
Do you know what that movie's about?
I do. I did. I
Oh,
saw the
okay.
description. Yes. I thought that's why I was like, oh, I want to see this.
It's really good. I liked it a lot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the minute I saw the description, I was like, yeah, I'm in. All right, kids, come back next time, and remember,
Same
same
salty
salty
channel.
time. Same
Same petty channel.
I was gonna say, don't make deals with the devil. I don't know.